Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is Friday, so I do a bunch of new releases, so I hope you guys are excited. Today's a pretty big day. I mean, there's a lot of movies I want to watch. I'm probably not going to get through all of them, but I just finished this one this morning, and I'm going to watch Vivo next, and I do have tickets to go see The Suicide Squad later. I'd like to get through a couple more, but those are the ones I'm definitely going to get through. So if you're interested in any of those, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button, because it's huge help. You guys have no idea how helpful that is. So if you're interested at all in movies and stuff, I talk about it every single day, so hit that subscribe button before we get started. But today, we're going to be talking about She-Ball. She-Ball was released in 2021, and it was written and directed by Nick Cannon. First of all, no spoilers, of course, because spoilers are stupid. We don't talk about spoilers here. But this movie was technically released in 2020. I believe it was just released for festival use. But it was available through Redbox Entertainment for the world on today, 2021. I watched this movie on Redbox. You do have to rent it. It's like $7, something like that. But I believe you can find it anywhere where you can like rent movies and stuff. The general idea of the film is Nick Cannon, his character, Avery, is a basketball player who lives in his hood, and he has a community center that he keeps up and going, and people play basketball there, and, you know, he basically feels like he's raising the community. But things go awry when there's a leak in the gas tank in the basement, and they shut him down. So he has to play this big basketball game to win $100,000 to basically continue using the community center. But there's also this girl named Shelby, who is white, which it is important that she's white, I guess. And she is really good at basketball, and she's trying to understand like what it's like to live in this hood, and she kind of feels bad for Avery. And I don't know, her character just doesn't quite make sense to me, and I don't think it's Melody Ray's fault. She's the actress. I think it just has to do with like they tried to make it a subgenre movie, which I like subgenre movies. I just don't know if this one needed to be a subgenre movie. What I mean by subgenre movie is that it is a sports film, right? We know that for sure. It has the exact basic layout of a sports film, right? Where we have unlikely team with bad players, or there's something weird about them that they're just unlikely to win. We have issue where, you know, they may not win, they're kind of unlikely to win, but then of course by the end they win, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. It has that general curve. It doesn't exactly follow that curve, like, explicitly, but most sports movies follow that exact curve. But they also made this a racial justice film, which I like racial justice films, and I love sports movies, so I thought this would be very good. And the issue is that they kind of don't work together. We have a cool sports part where like they play basketball, but they don't mention race. And then later on, they mention race, but no basketball. And I feel like if you wanted to do a film like this, you have to kind of find a way to integrate both of them, because it just doesn't quite work if it's a basketball movie and a racial justice movie, where each scene is kind of about one of those things, but never both. It is literally never both. There's never a time where it is important that one person is black and one person is white when they're playing basketball. It just isn't. There's ways that this film could have been made where it does matter. I just don't think there was enough complexity in the writing by Cannon here to actually make these connections work. I do think it's a fun movie. I think it's good. It's a good watch. It definitely has morals, and it is a sports film, so I love sports films. So it just feels like a okay movie to me, because it could have been better. There could have been more work involved. They could have actually paid more attention to their characters and how they interact, and make it more of a racial justice sports film instead of a racial justice subgenre in a sports film. Like, race is a big issue in the movie. It's like one of the main issues, but it doesn't have anything to do with the actual basketball thing or the actual community center, right? Because most of the people in the community are black. And then there's cops, and the cops pull him over because he's black, and they kind of do all that kind of thing, which is typical for a racial justice film. But it has nothing to do with basketball. That's like my main issue. It's like, I get what they were trying to do was make a racial justice film that had, you know, there was basketball, because basketball is a big part of the culture. But they didn't interconnect the two enough to make it feel that way. Which then brings me to the point where, you know, it's 2021. So we have a lot of these films, right? This year I've watched a lot of racial justice films, and all of them are kind of the same. And this one definitely felt a little different. I liked that. I liked that it definitely had some actual parts where we had a black person and a white person actually kind of talk it out and like work together on the racial justice thing. And I think it was really cool that we actually saw that, because most of the time it's just like we focus on a family of a race minority, and we don't really see how the white person can perceive it, because most of the time we assume that the white people are being racist when they're not necessarily being racist. Which is why I actually kind of like Shelby's character here, because she is not racist, but Nick Cannon's character, Avery, assumes that she is. So I like that we had that kind of balance, and it was good. I think that like the emotional points hit, they worked. I don't think that a lot of the comedy worked, and the sports was fine. I don't think Nick Cannon can really direct a sports movie very well. Like, it just kind of was just like, when there were basketball games, it was like, and there's a basketball in, there's a basketball in, there's a basketball in. There wasn't any human heart-to-heart really in the actual games, which I appreciate in sports films, and there just kind of wasn't any of that. But overall, it worked. You know, I got the general story. I think the storyline was really cool. I like the idea of the community center and it being taken away and them having to get money for it. I like the kid. Nick Cannon has a kid in this one, and it's really, really cool to like see that interaction, see that he really loves her and he would do anything for her. I like that a lot. I like the relationships in the film a lot. I like all the characters are really cool, and I don't know, it's a fine movie. It's definitely one that I think people should watch. It's just fun. Is it a good movie? It's fine. Like, it's not a waste of time to watch. I probably wouldn't pay $7 for it again, but, you know, if it's on TV or something at any point, I wouldn't, like, scroll past it. It's a fine movie. I like it. It's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and give She-Ball a B. Have you seen She-Ball? If you have, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. I love hearing you guys' opinions. It's great. I love that kind of community feel we have in the bottom of the chat function. So definitely go down there in the comments and let me know what you guys thought. Are you planning on watching it? I want to know. But please consider subscribing. It's a huge help. Later on today, we have Vivo and the Suicide Squad reviews coming right at you. As soon as I watch them, I'm going to edit this, upload this, and then watch Vivo. And then I have tickets at 1:10 to go see the Suicide Squad, so I'm very excited to see that. I've heard it's good. I've heard very good things from my friends, so I'm very excited to see that. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and we'll see you guys in the next video.